Yo, 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 how's it going? Today, I'm going to be showing you the best 35mm camera for beginners. It's a great travel camera, it's pretty much good for anything, but for beginners getting into film photography, this is the one to go for. So, I'm a photographer and filmmaker. I do it for business, I do it for jobs, I do it for work, but I also do it for fun as well. You've got to do it for fun. It's a great way for me to creatively express myself, and I absolutely love it, mate. I love it. So, I've been doing photography for about 6 years, and I've recently, in probably the past year, gotten into 35mm film photography, and I love it, mate. It's so good, it just hits the spot different. So the first film camera that I bought was a point and shoot. And now point and shoots are a great way to get into film photography. They're just automatic settings basically, so you don't have to worry about exposure as much, about your settings and your aperture, but a fantastic way to just start to get into film photography, you know, get the feel of going around, composing your shots. The camera that I bought probably about 6 months ago was the Olympus Super Zoom 120 lens, which we've got right here. It doesn't want to focus. That's it. Shining. Beautiful. So the reason why I think this camera and point and shoot cameras in general are perfect for beginners getting into 35mm film photography. Well, the reason for that is because they're very, very basic, to be fair. There's not really any settings to this. You don't need to adjust shutter speed or aperture. It's an automatic camera, so it does it all for you. It's sort of similar to a disposable camera, but it's a little bit better. I would fully recommend getting one of these for whatever you're doing, to be honest. Whether it is for work, whether you're shooting a band, an artist photography, or whether you're just going to a festival or on holiday and you want to take some cool snaps, nothing hits like 35mm film. I do both. I shoot 35mm film and I also shoot digital. They're both very different, but I both love them. And I've actually learned from shooting 35mm. So before, I was always just snapping away, you know, taking about 100 photos of the same thing on my digital camera. Now, because with this you've only got a roll of film, you've only got like 36 shots, you can't go back and delete the photo, you've not got an unlimited memory card, you've only got those limited shots. When you're going around and you're taking photos, you've got to compose them right, because it's your one chance. You can't do it again unless you want to use another quid's worth of photo. So then going back to digital photography, what that's taught me is just to compose your shots a bit more better. Don't just shoot for the sake of it. Just look, study, compose, take the shot and move on. It's fantastic. The downside with point and shoot cameras, I have to say, is that because they are fully automatic, they are run on electronics inside the camera. A lot of these are old cameras. I got this secondhand. There's plenty of film camera shops online. Depop was actually where I got this camera from, because, you know, it's trendy, man, it's cool. But there's plenty of film photo shops online, on Instagram, on Depop, wherever you want to go, where you can get film cameras and you can get film. Yeah, what I've got to say is the downside with these cameras is because they are automatic cameras, great for beginners because you don't need to worry too much about settings, but because they are automatic cameras, they're based on electronics. So they auto expose your photos using the electronics inside the camera, and because they are secondhand cameras, they can easily break. And I had that experience. This actually wasn't the first Olympus point and shoot camera that I bought. I actually bought one to go to Barcelona, I think, get some beautiful, majestic Barcelona film photography shots. Took 6 photos, was on the beach, it broke. I don't know why, but the electronics are just sort of fried inside. So it's what you're going to get, but I got this as a replacement. It had a better zoom on it. The Olympus ones have actually got like a shock absorbent, like a resistance in them. So if you're going to bash it, it shouldn't really be damaged. This one is an absolute beast, mate. Just to tell you how good this is. I've used this on a few different shoots now. I've used it going on holiday, I went camping with this. I've just used it as a hobby, you know, on a Sunday walk. But I took this snowboarding and I was snowboarding for a week. It's the first time I've ever been. And this was in my backpack on every single run that I did. And I must have fallen 30 times. Some of them absolutely broke me back, mate. They were just horrible. This was in my backpack every single time I fell at speed, onto the snow, onto the ice. Every single time it performed. It worked. It didn't cause me any issues. I think that's why this is perfect for beginner 35mm film photography. Why I think it's good for travelling? Well, one, because of its reliability, because it's got that shock, and two, because of its size. I mean, just look at it, it's absolutely tiny, mate. It's absolutely tiny. So, it's just so handy. I couldn't take, you know, my digital camera up the mountain. I didn't want to land on that and break £2,000 worth of camera. So, having this, 80 quid it cost me. If it broke, it's not ideal, but it's not too grand. And because of its size, you can take it anywhere, mate. You can just pop it in your camera, walking along the street, bam, nice shot, happy days. That is why I think this is sick. All right, I think that's it. I think that is it. Good timing. Just look at the weather out here for a sec, because it's absolutely mad today. Look at this, bro. Spooky. Bit of snowfall last night. Oh yeah. Okay, bye.